I'm going to talk to you about my favourite putter grip ever. A little while ago, I'd never heard of this brand of putter grip. They've had some prototypes on tour, and so far across the ladies, seniors and main tours, they've had 86 wins, which isn't bad. And the whole idea starts here. These are the Garson putter grips. If you haven't heard of them, I think they are fantastic for the following reasons. A little while ago, I was in Portugal with the family, and I managed to take my golf clubs with me and sneak in a couple of practice sessions just to hit some balls in some nice weather on some nice turf. And I had a second-hand putter from Golf Clubs for Cash because I've got a video coming for them. And it was an old Cleveland putter that's much smaller in the blade and a bit like the Scotty Cameron Laguna. Now, when you hit that putter off center, you know about it straight away. It sounds different and it feels different. So you know when you're not hitting the middle of the face. So it's kind of a decent training aid. In practice, I was hitting putts and I was striking it good, striking it bad, striking it good, striking it bad. I had a bit of inconsistency to the strike for some obscure reason. And it's something that I've heard putting coaches say from many different angles in many different places. I chose to get my elbows into my body. So I got my elbows more inwards. And I found that my strike was a lot more consistent. And the grip that was on that putter was a Super Stroke 5.0, so it's really big, and I felt like it was just a bit harder to get my hands round, and occasionally I just forgot to do it. So I had to consciously manipulate my arms to get my arms under, to get my elbows in during the putting stroke, and it was on and off and on and off. So the idea behind this rib on the front of the putter grip, and believe it or not, this rib goes on the top, and it's designed to help you place your thumbs on the side to help your arms come inwards. And with my thumbs on the side, it is so much easier to get my elbows in, to get my arms in, to encourage those arms to get closer to the body and just improve the putting stroke and get that consistent strike that I wasn't and was getting over in Portugal. So I feel like with these putter grips, it is an absolute trigger to force me to go, oh yeah, I've got to do that. So I can do the technique much more consistently. Traditionally, there's a flat front on the top of a putter, and we do have some options within the Garson putter grips that have that, but they're slightly different. So we've got two here. I actually really quite like this one, slightly bigger than standard, almost like a Super Stroke 2.0, but rib on the top, again, same idea, thumbs on the side, elbows in, really trying to encourage a different technique, really trying to encourage a better way of putting, in my opinion. And then we've got the same sort of thing with a little bit of colour in the Garson Max. So we've got the Max and the Max Tour. The Max is like more of a synthetic material, and the Tour is a little bit more leathery. And then we come into the Garson Quad Tour. So there's two different versions here. This one is slightly smaller at the bottom. So as we come down the putter grip, we get thinner down to the bottom edge there. And then there is a version as well which has the same continuous size all the way down. Now these ones have the flat front on top. They don't have that rib coming out the top. So you can get your thumbs in your normal place, but the grip is angled inwards from this corner, so we still get that change in technique. We still get those thumbs on the top, but we get those hands around the side more. So again, it makes you get more under the grip with your hands so we can get those arms in. And in my mind, it's a trigger to go, oh yeah, do that. Now this is a funky colour. I absolutely love this one in the green. This is the Ultimate. And the Ultimate, flat front on the top, but different angles around the side of the grip, maybe a little bit more hexagonal. Same thing, thumbs on top, but hands wrapping round a lot easier. And I quite like the fact it's got a fairly deep ridge on the back there, because I like that ridge on a putter grip because I can get my fingers wrapping around it. And then we go into a 14.5-inch putter grip, so it's longer than normal. Normally you get about 10.5, but this goes back to the ridge on the top. But this goes back to the ridge being on the top, so you can get your thumbs actually to the side, arms underneath really easily. This is the Garson Max, and it is a longer version of the other Max. I don't know how they're differentiating the names on these, but 14.5 against 10.5. We've just got more length there. This is good if you need the putter head to feel a bit lighter because the weight's further down, or if you've got like a counterbalance putter where the putter is naturally longer. It might be 36 to 38 inches and you just need that extra length to put your hands on here still, because if you go down the grip on one of them, you're going to be right on the end of the grip, thus ruining the design of that extra long putter. And then they do an Ultimate 17, which is a Ultimate being the same name as this, but it is slightly different. So the normal Ultimate grip is a little bit thinner on the top there. We've got more width on the front of the 17-inch. But again, for those longer putters, when you want a putter like this, for example, this is the Cruiser in the Odyssey. It's got a longer grip and it is the same length as this one. Where we have a style of putter where we go, okay, where am I comfortable? I'm comfortable here. And the putting stroke is normal from there, but we've got extra weight at the top. And this design is to hold that at the top and help you pendulum a little bit better, because there's a nice big plug in the top there to counterbalance it. There we go, a little rundown of the Garson putter grips. Again, they're all designed to help the arms get under so you can get your elbows more into your body, and I don't want to get tight into the body, I just want them to sit in there. But I'm going to go for this bad boy. It is the Garson Max Tour. It's a little bit more leathery. I quite like the black and white theme on it as well. Straight away I'm going to get my thumbs on the side, my elbows under, because that design triggers that behavior in the technique. So I am messing around with some new kit in the bag. I don't know what I'm gonna do putter wise. I do tend to play golf with a different putter every time I play because I want to know what they do to help customers, and I'm just a golf nerd, so why not try something different every time? But I don't have any illusion that I'm gonna putt better with a different putter. I just fancy wearing a different coloured t-shirt. It's more that kind of vibe. Putter in the bag at the minute, HB Soft in the Cleveland, nice and simple. The colour scheme will look fantastic on this putter, but I kind of want to see what the new Odyssey putters are like, because I quite like the whole idea of it being zero torque, but the weight's way loaded up onto the face, so they can have that shaft a bit closer to the face without it sitting like an inch back. So quite looking forward to them. Maybe I'll have to get 2 putter grips, 1 for each. Don't know, what do you reckon? Would you have 2?